Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Evos are back for the start of Shapeshifters, and this leak has incredible potential. Guys, this might end up being one of those evolutions that we remember the name of. Think about Team of the Year Blueprint or the Strike Force evolution. Those were so memorable because the upgrades were so good. This one has that same sort of hype. Now, we've done some reverse engineering from the leaks, and we believe we know the requirements of this evolution today and exactly who fits. We're going to talk about that and look exactly at what is leaked today for Shapeshifters, especially with this big Evo coming. I don't think it's going to be free. That means it's going to impact the market. We have Shapeshifter cards coming in packs, of course, as well. SBC cards leaked to look at, and some weekend league rewards and objectives to discuss as well. If you're excited for everything Shapeshifters to see Team of the Season finally be done, and for Shapeshifters to come into play, drop a thumbs up on the video, and of course subscribe if you are new. Let's look into the content from yesterday, the last day of Team of the Season, where EA actually forgot to release an SBC. We had the Wilfried Zaha flashback, but where is the end of an era Carlitos Vela? EA promised that he was coming, or they at least put him on that little loading screen with all the end of an era cards. We had a Mexican flag on the end of an era card design. Where did that go? I don't know. We don't know, but we do have this Zaha flashback here, 5/5, technical rapid, and the low driven plus can play on the right and the left. It's a nice card for an 88 rated squad. Kind of interesting that that's the one squad needed for this. He's only 61,000 coins, and this is a flashback to a very memorable FIFA 22 Community Tots Crystal Palace card. If you remember that card, he was very good. It ended up being a great investment. A lot of people made coins in that card that year, and it was a very good item back then. So very cheap card here if you want to get that one done. Now, the SBC yesterday that was kind of nice. I mean, I guess I wasn't expecting this, to be fair, because the Ultimate Tots guaranteed in previous years haven't been released, but this year, with all the cards in packs and the pack weight being what it was and so much fodder being there, why wouldn't EA release an Ultimate Tots guaranteed? And that's exactly what I got from this pack yesterday, 95 rated Tots fodder. However, it's a chance at packing an Ultimate Team of the Season player, so a lot of people are going ahead and doing it, and EA once again included some interesting requirements. Exactly 8. Yes, that is a lot. Exactly 8 87 rated cards. So as you could guess, what's going up on the market? 87 rated. These cards absolutely exploded yesterday. If you take a look at the graph, it tells the story. They were been priced 5.2k. Of course, we've had the 82 times 20 that just made those cards go up a little bit on Wednesday, and yesterday on Thursday they went flying from 5.2k minimum price upwards of 9, almost 10,000 coins max price. Some of these cards were selling at. Now they've come back down a little bit into the early hours here on Friday, but I bet they're probably not going to go back up to 10k unless we get another SBC that requires those 87s, because this is a one-off Ultimate Tots guaranteed SBC. Once you do it, you're not doing it again, and it expires in 6 days. So I don't think that 87s are going to go back up and be super crazy expensive, with only the 82 times 20 being their consistent demand to hold them up. Unless we get another SBC, those cards are probably going to come back down in price into the 6,000 coin range. I would imagine maybe they'll stay in the 7k range today, but I think they're going to drop back down after that. So that is one thing I would not necessarily invest in right now. If you have some tradable 87s, they're going for a little bit extra. And also, as we're looking at these 82 times 20s for today for Shapeshifters, that means that the version 1 of the 82 times 20 with the 85s and 86s is cheaper to do right now, because 87s are so expensive. It's 36k for the version 1. For the version 2, it's 46,000 coins. So for those of us looking to grind packs for Shapeshifters today and maybe needing to buy a card or two, the version 2 is, or the version 1, sorry, with the 2 squads is going to be the one to go ahead and get done. Let's go to the evolutions, where we did have a new Evo yesterday as well. It was leaked actually ahead of content. And guys, I like this Evo for some parts of it. I like the playstyle pluses, and I like some of the stat boosts, but other of the stat limits and the price I really don't like. 100,000 coins for the Conductor Junction evolution here. Center attack in mid Evo that gives 94 passing and 95 dribbling. It gives the Tiki Taka Incisive, and I think the last playstyle plus is it Finesse? I'm pretty sure it's Tiki Taka, Incisive, and Finesse. Yeah, that's pretty decent. I mean, there are some other good playstyles in here as well, but you can see it right there. Pace +4 up to 92, shooting +5 up to 92. You really need somebody with higher pace than 92 to probably go in this evolution if you're going to really create a competitive center attacking mid at this stage of the game, or at least a center attacking mid that looks really, really great. I mean, here, this Gio Reyna for me, I've been waiting to evolve him. That looks like a fun card. So I think this is a good Evo for the playstyle pluses. I like Tiki Taka personally on a center attacking mid. I know some don't. They'd rather have pinged, but you can also get incisive plus to this. For this Puteus, like if the stat limits were a little higher, I would totally be evolving her player of the month, which I haven't evolved since she came out. It's kind of an older card there, but would still be very upgradable through that if the pace and the shooting was a little higher. Again, if this was a free Evo or maybe like 25,000 coins, I'd be okay with the stat limits. But I think personally for me, the stat limits being where they are for pace and the shooting makes it not quite worth the 100K. But if there's somebody good you like through it, then absolutely create a nice card. Maradona, Odegaard, Guti. But I think with Evos, maybe it's even more smart to save your coins for today and what's upcoming with Shapeshifters because of how the leaks look. Let's get straight into that conversation because today's the big day. Shapeshifters finally takes us out of Team of the Season, the month, more than a month-long promo of TOTS that we have had. We're glad to see it go. Now, we have the leaks for the full team that is coming into packs today, and that's what I want to look at first. Then I want to dive into the Evo, then into the SBCs and other content. Firstly, what we're all going to be chasing in packs today, what is now in packs to replace Team of the Season cards is a smaller team of players. We just got used to having 50 to 60 plus Team of the Season cards in packs every single week. That's going to kind of shrink back down to a normal size promo team for Shapeshifters Team 1. Now, granted, there are some great cards in here, but that just kind of makes us rethink pack weight. How is pack weight going to be? Is it going to feel better than the Team of the Season promo, even though we had so many TOTS cards in packs? We will just have to see. 98 Maradona headlines the team with a 98 Konate goalkeeper card that actually looks very good with his playstyle pluses. He's got footwork, he's got far reach. Harry Kane, we've seen that card. He looks really insane. Griezmann is a center attacking mid. There's the Patrick Vieira card officially. This Royce card to me looks really insane. I think those stats right there, he's got intercept, anticipate, jockey, and incisive, 97 passing and 95 defending. He's not going to be a very strong player in game, only 90 physical, but with those playstyle pluses, he could be a really insane box-to-box, getting forward maybe for some passing with the incisive. He's probably going to have some other passing playstyles as well, but also being able to come back and defend. Maybe not a CDM, but that looks like a really intriguing card. Marcus Rashford as well, with 99 pace in the midfield. A lot of people are making jokes about this team, that it's a team of center mids, because you look at the top row here, Kane, Griezmann, Royce, Rashford, all looking like cams or center mids. There's even more to come below this. We've got the striker Elise card, which we've seen, finesse, low-driven trickster, and quickstep. Odegaard with a big pace boost. That's going to be a really interesting card. There's the Lukaku, of course, the crazy dynamic, which is not official. Again, these leaks are for the playstyles and the stats, not necessarily the dynamic images, but that card looks like an absolute beast. The Mia Hamm center mid card. We've got the Swanson right back card there for another USA link. Mamadarshvili is a card that a lot of people are interested in. A goalkeeper moved to center back with great playstyle pluses and good stats. And there's the 96 overall Endrick with 4 playstyle pluses. As you'll notice, most of this team has 4 playstyle pluses, but not everybody. And I think that's going to mean some of these lower tier players are more packable. First, let's get into the last row of 96s that do have 4 playstyle pluses. Cafu, we've seen his card, he looks great. Diani, center attacking mid, low driven tiki-taka, quick step, and first touch. Decent card there. We've got Boole, who had a team of the season from the women's Bayern squad. She looks decent as a striker. Then we've got some other ones here as 95s and the 3 playstyle plus, more packable cards start. Schlotterbeck, Okocha, Mapi Leone. I'm actually really intrigued by this Mapi Leone card. I feel like she might be kind of a budget beast in game. Maybe because she reminds me of Guijarro a little bit, but great playstyle pluses and decent stats, and only 3 of those playstyle pluses, so hopefully cheaper. Vincent Kompany. Again, I don't think this card is going to end up being that good, but we will have to see. He does have 85 speed. So does Konate, but I'm just really not that interested in that card based off the playstyle pluses, but I'd still be interested in trying him because it's a Vincent Kompany goalkeeper card. And then down here in the bottom, you've got a Milito left wing, a Cherby striker card with press proven finesse and Trivella, and a Gurma card as well, which there must be either a anticipate or maybe an incisive on that card there because 2 pinged passes, of course, would not be accurate. So overall, looking at this team, it looks interesting. I'm still going to save some packs and open a few packs for today because honestly, one of the things that intrigues me the most is the pack weight. As I've already mentioned, Is it going to feel like these cards are easier to pack than Team of the Seasons have been in the past week or two on this game? I hope so. Now, for the pack grind today, whether you've got saved packs or you're just logging on to rip some stuff in SBCs, we do still have the 82 times 20s. As we mentioned, the version 1 with the 2 squads is going to be the cheaper one to do and probably the easier one to do. We still have the 82 plus player picks that are going to be here, but what's going away is all the TOTS crafting stuff, the TOTS crafting upgrade, the super bronze, and the TOTS grinding upgrade as well, which was 30 of those per day. Now, I've not been keeping up with these. I'm sure most of you guys have not been either, but it looks like, according to the leaks, that we're going to get some other sort of crafting objective or something like that, maybe with silvers as well. So this might continue for Shapeshifters. FIFA Trading Romania hinted at that with a couple of different tweets in the past 2 days. Again, he says here a crafting upgrade, maybe an objective to go along with that. Of course, we love when those new objectives come out to go along with the crafting pack to be released. But the one thing FIFA Trading Romania did mention with this is it's going away from the bronzes and it's probably going back to the silvers for whatever Shapeshifters grind crafting pack situation we have today. So that's maybe a little bit of a reason to try to save up some silvers or maybe just do the daily silver upgrade that is still out each and every day right now. Also today, of course, we're going to be looking for some more upgrade packs to be released. The 83-14 and the 85 2 of 3 player pick are going to expire. So maybe they go crazy and do an 84 times 10, or maybe it's another 83 times 10. Maybe we get some 86 plus player picks. So we'll be watching out for some more upgrade packs as well. If you're doing the 82 times 20 grind, a quick tip, make sure you're putting those extra 83s and 4s into the 84 plus team of the week upgrade, because that'll help you get team of the weeks to do whatever new upgrade packs come out today that most likely will require a team of the week or a team of the season. So that's the Shapeshifter cards coming in packs today and some of the ways we'll be packing them. But the biggest news, of course, is this evolution leak, guys. And honestly, it's throwing us all for a loop, because the last thing we expected to hear about was evolutions allowing 94 rated cards. We knew that 93s were in the talks, in the rumors and all of that, but this tweet yesterday kind of blew our minds. Shapeshifters Evolution, Suarez and Cristiano Ronaldo can be used. Yes, he tweeted this 94 Suarez could fit, and we were all on stream live looking at this leak like, is he confused? Like 94 rated cards and Evos. It looks like we're getting an absolute banger Evo, guys. 4 playstyle pluses, the first evolution that's going to give that, the first real evolution that allows 93 rated or 94s, not just a training camp Evo, and some crazy stats already on the card, this Suarez here, and even on some of the other cards that still fit this. But the real kicker is, we know the requirements from reading the replies of these tweets, and we think we figured out what this evolution is going to require. So hopefully that can help you maybe sell some cards in the hype or look through your club for cards that can fit this. Now, we do know the upgrade that Evo is going to give as well. Of course, 4 playstyle pluses, and they are Incisive, Finesse, Aerial, and Quick Step Plus. 5-star, 5-star, and some stat boost. We actually even know that it looks like 95 dribbling is going to be the stat limit for dribbling. He says Cristiano Ronaldo is going to go to 95 dribble. I mean, you would guess that Suarez would go to 95 as well, unless it's just boosting the individual stats and not the overall stat. Maybe Suarez would be at 96. We'll just have to see when it comes out. But 95 dribbling, that's a pretty good stat for this stage of the year. Now, back to this. Incisive, Finesse, Aerial, and Quick Step. Some people maybe don't like the Incisive on a striker. Personally, I love that as a 4th play style plus, because I find myself in a lot of positions where a striker could be playing a through ball in behind the defense, where the striker gets the ball, turns, passes, and a winger on either the left or right side is running through. This is going to make those passes more accurate and, of course, way better to give you a scoring chance from those positions in game. So I personally don't mind the Incisive Plus, but Finesse Plus, we love that. Aerial Plus is actually usable, I think, for winning corner headers to try to score, or just winning balls in the air as kind of a target forward to like head down to another player to continue the attack. And then, of course, Quick Step Plus is a lovely one there as well. So for a lot of these cards that already have playstyle pluses, like for Ronaldo, he's going to get Incisive and Aerial. Ronaldo's card already has Aerial base. But the thing with this is, too, we have playstyle plus evolutions in the season pass. Maybe some from the last season pass, like myself, you still have here. So, like, if I didn't want Aerial Plus on Cristiano Ronaldo, I could go put Technical Plus on his card right now, give him that Tech Plus, and then still put him into the evolution and just get incisive. Or maybe you don't even want incisive. You could put technical plus and maybe like pinged pass if that would fit on his card. If you still have that from this last season, there's a block plus. You don't want that really on a Ronaldo. There's a long ball plus. There's going to be more evolutions that you can unlock through the season pass as well as playstyle pluses that would further allow you to customize this evolution. Since it's going to be such a massive one, I wanted to mention that. There's also the position change Evos that are out there as well. But let's talk about the requirements, because there's some cards that we know fit this from the leaks and from where the leakers have responded to people. But what is really kind of happening on this market right now is there's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of cards that actually don't fit this Evo because the requirements, and they're going up in price because people think that they do. Now, these may not be the exact requirements, but we've read through like all the replies to these tweets, and we've kind of deduced what the requirements should be based off these leakers responding yes or no to people in the comment section here. So what we do know is, I'm just going to list off the requirements as we've researched it. Max 95 pace, max 93 shooting, max 94 dribbling, and max 3 positions. That's what we believe are the requirements for this evolution. So as you're looking in your club and as you're looking on Futbin for cards to maybe invest in or purchase, or maybe to sell, and the hype is like, why is Dog Leash Foot Birthday up this crazy amount of price? He was 400,000 coins yesterday. Now he's almost max price. He doesn't fit the Evo. According to the Evo leaks, he's got 94 shooting. That's one too many. So this card going up as much as he has, he probably shouldn't be that high. That's one thing to mention right there. But this Thierry Henry does fit, right? He's got 94 pace, which is below 95, 93 shooting, which equals the max, and 92 dribbling, which is below the 94 dribbling of the max, and only 2 positions. So that's the main thing we see through this evolution as the requirements. The one thing that's still a little bit unknown is there a physical limit? Because some cards that you maybe have as Evos have 99 physical. Would you be able to Evo those? That we're unsure of. So those are the requirements that we can deduce from seeing all these replies and all these comments below these tweets that they have talked about here. Also, if you have a 4 playstyle plus card, it should fit as well. He says that this Alex Morgan with 4 playstyle pluses already fits. So if you've got a striker, maybe a Suarez, or maybe this Ronaldo that you've already added playstyle pluses to, allegedly it should be good. So the next question is, how much is this evolution, as crazy as it sounds, going to cost? Well, of course, it does depend on still the stats that this Evo is going to give. But max 94, when all we've had so far is max 92, it's going to be a 500k Evo, guys. I don't know if EA is going to go above 500,000 coins, but if you think about those Evos that I mentioned in the intro of the video, the Strike Force Evo, of course, the Team of the Year Blueprint Evo from Team of the Year, that were some of the most memorable Evos of this entire year of Ultimate Team, those have all been 500k. I think this one's going to be 500,000 coins as well. So I think you want to be careful with other strikers on the market. I'm taking a look at a lot of Team of the Season players that a lot of people have just bought for their teams. Maybe it's a Victor Osimhen, maybe it's a Luis Suarez that you just bought for your squad. A lot of people are buying TOTS cards, and we're going to talk a little bit more about investing in TOTS cards for Ultimate TOTS. Will they be rising out of packs in the next day or so? This weekend, I want to talk about that later in the video. But I think today we got to be careful with strikers, because everybody who has that Suarez Evo is going to see a chance to evolve him today, and probably is going to want to do that because that card's going to look insane with the extra boost and the 5/5 given in the everything from that evolution today. So I think you want to be very careful with strikers. But this Evo, if it's 500,000 coins, which it probably will be, I hope it's less, but I'm guessing 500k, it's probably going to hurt the striker market a lot today, because what we've seen in previous times when Evos this big, fitting a lot of really high players hit the game, it makes a lot of other people sell cards they maybe bought for their team to then realize I can put in this old Evo card and upgrade somebody from my club that I actually want to use as a striker, and therefore you have less demand for other strikers. So for a guy like this Ousmane Dembele, who was 2.3 mil yesterday before and during rewards, he went up to like 2.7. He's even 2.6 still. I'm a little worried for a guy like this. I know he has 97 dribble and 99 pace, but I'm still a little bit worried for just all the strikers on this game and for a little bit of the entire market in general. So if you have a TOTS card that's a striker, I would be very careful with that. And if you have a TOTS card that does not fit the evolution, like I sold my Ian Wrights because he has 95 shooting, right? He has too high of shooting to fit this Evo, allegedly, according to the leaks. So I sold him yesterday. I could have just held because he's probably going to rise for an Evo in the future, but I just sold him. I'm still holding on to my Hendricks, however, because he is going to fit this evolution based on the requirements. So sell your Evo investments in the hype if you think you should, or hold on for a later rise or for more evolutions. That's one thing to consider there, but just be careful with strikers overall. We're going to talk about SBCs next because, of course, we're opening these packs. We're talking about the Shapeshifters coming out today, but we got to know, after all these end of and there are great SBCs that we've had, what are we going to be crafting towards this week of Shapeshifters? Now, right now, it's not looking as good. We do have an icon SBC, though, and it's for a big name. It's for David Beckham. It's a right back David Beckham card, though. Official stats, and he's expected to be today. We're supposed to be getting 2 SBCs today. Robert Lewandowski as a center mid, and this Beckham card as a right back. Now, my hope with this Beckham card is that he also maybe has right mid or right wing, especially for a right mid. If you're running like a 4-4-2, that looks like the ultimate right mid with some attacking and some defending playstyles. But whipped pass, is that really that good? Jockey on the wing, if you're going to use him as a right mid or a right wing, maybe that's not that good. And if you're going to use him as a right back, I mean, we could have used a bit higher defense and physical, in my opinion, on that card there. Now, my hope for both of these 2 SBCs is they would be pretty cheap. Like, I'm going to have to see a cheap SBC for a Lewandowski, for a David Beckham with the stats looking like that, even though they're 4 playstyle pluses and kind of intriguing cards to try with their position changes. It's going to have to be cheap for me, affordable. I mean, cheap or affordable, you can look at that 2 different ways. Like, cheap would be like 200, 300K in my opinion. Affordable would be like 500,000 coins, 600K, which would probably be more than what these cards would cost in the market. But when it comes to player SBCs and all the packs that we have, I think that's why EA priced the SBCs a little expensive sometimes, because they know they're giving us so many packs to get these SBCs done. But they've got to be at least affordable for me to want to try, because if they're expensive at all, then, you know, I'll just save my fodder for something else or keep trying to pack cards from the 82 times 20s instead of doing a player SBC. So that's the hope for both Lewandowski and for the Beckham today. Now, let's talk more about objectives and foot champs. Of course, the big part of team of the season every single week was chasing the TOTS cards and rewards. Now, I want to set kind of the record straight with the rewards for this week. They are Ultimate TOTS / Shapeshifter rewards. Again, I think it's funny EA have the 94 plus requirement or 94 plus guarantee in here, because all Ultimate TOTS and Shapeshifters are 94 plus. I believe every single Shapeshifter, is 94 plus from this team, and all the Ultimate TOTS cards were 94 plus as well. I think that having Ultimate Team of the Season in these rewards is not going to make them as good, but there are some rewards in here that give, you know, premium Shapeshifters packs, and if you do get lucky enough to hit a Shapeshifters in your rewards, then it's going to feel worth it, and that's probably where some of the best pulls from these Weekend League rewards are going to be paid out. So that's kind of something to watch for and think for as you're going through Foot Champs today. Like, you're still getting a chance at TOTS cards. Like, I got the red Lamine Yamal this week. Still can't believe that happened. Absolutely insane pull, right? So you're still having a chance at those, but I think most of us would be hoping to see 1 or 2 Shapeshifters in our reward red picks for sure. So that's that. But also, in that tweet that we looked at a little bit earlier, FIFA Trading Romania mentioned a Weekend League objective, and a couple of the tweets that have just come out, leaked players that is, that could be objective players or SBCs during this upcoming weekend. Savinho is one of them. As a striker card, quick step, tiki-taka, low driven and technical. I wish he had higher than 92 dribbling, to be fair, because I think he maybe deserves more dribbling than that on a striker card that's 96 rated, but that card at the very least could be maybe our Weekend League objective today. Maybe there's a couple other ones that are to be leaked as well. But if there's going to be extra picks or extra players as a part of a Weekend League objective, of course, we would love that. Speaking of another leaked SBC, we have a Timo Werner flashback card. I mean, those stats look decent except for the passing. Finesse, rapid, and ping, 99 pace. Flashback to the Leipzig days, I'm not entirely sure what this flashback is for, but Timo Werner is getting another SBC because actually he had one earlier on this year. So that's actually I don't know what's going on there, but those are the couple of SBC leaks that we have right now. I'm sure there's going to be more as we head into this weekend and even today on Friday. That's something to kind of watch out for. So that's all the content to be expecting today that we've covered, from objectives to SBCs and, of course, to that big evolution. Let's talk about the market a little more. I've got almost all of my coins liquid except for a couple of the Evo investments, one of which being still a base version of Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho does not fit this evolution because he does not have the striker position. And I don't think you could add striker to this Ronaldinho because he already has 3 positions. So then he'd have 4, and then he would not fit. But in terms of the market, I'm still holding on to some of my 93 rated Evo investments, as I mentioned. I'm a little bit worried about buying team of the season cards for a team. I know a lot of people right now wanted to buy TOTS cards for their squads. And actually, if you take a look at the market, a lot of people yesterday did buy team of the season cards during rewards. These cards dropped for just a little bit of time when rewards came out. Then they started to go up because people were starting to buy these and they saw it as a last chance opportunity to get in on Ultimate Team of the Season cards before they went out of packs. Here's my worry for today. If you bought then and there in the low drop or even before or after Rivals Rewards, GG's. Enjoy the card. Use the card you want to enjoy. I just don't think with the Shapeshifters that is upcoming, I think there's going to be cheaper cards that look pretty packable that people will be semi-interested to try. I think there's going to be a lot of expensive cards that people want to try out. Like, how would you maybe not, if you have a couple million coins, not even at least think about trying a Vieira or a Rashford or a Kane or the Olise or whoever it is for today from this team. I think most of all of us at least find one player intriguing that we would want to try out. And even if you don't, I still think a lot of the market with the evolution coming out could drain a lot of coins. And with Shapeshifters having multiple weeks, depending on the SBCs and depending on how the pack weight is for the Shapeshifters, I'm a little skeptical for a rise today after content on the team of the season cards in the market. So again, if you want to buy one for your team and enjoy it and use the card, absolutely go ahead and do that. I'm not going to stop you. But do I think you're going to make a lot of coins if you buy an Ultimate TOTS card and then hold on to it for this weekend? I don't know. Maybe tonight, if there's a little bit of a Friday night bubble. I'm even a little bit worried of the Friday night bubble, the weekend league bubble as we've been calling it, because these cards, a lot of people have already bought them for their teams. Like, there was a lot of buying yesterday. And, I could see some cards having some spikes during the weekend league bubble, as we call it, the Friday night price rises that we normally see because people are playing those FUT champs for those rewards and everybody's looking at the new promo and opening packs for it. And there's a lot of hype for it. And it's a Friday night in general, so people have more time. I think you could see some rises. I honestly like the cheaper cards, but I don't think the rises are guaranteed. So that's one thing I wanted to mention. Maybe the cheaper cards, less than 500,000 coins, would be the move today, because I do think Shapeshifters will be a little bit expensive. But these cards may not even rise back up that much, and they just could keep dropping. We'll have to see. It'll all depend on how good the Evo is, how that comes across, even some of the SBCs, and of course, the pack weight for the Shapeshifters is the biggest variable in my opinion. Now, if you want to make coins today, I think your best opportunity in making coins is going to come in the 85 and the 86s, maybe the 87s after they drop off a good bit. Remember last week, we had 82 times 20s, and what happened to 86s was they dropped a whole lot on Thursday, went back up, dropped a little bit again on Friday, and then into Saturday and Sunday with the 8220, they went back up pretty nice. So right now, 86s are 5.5K, and I think if they get as low as they did last Friday night at like 5,000 coins, later in the night, Friday, after, people are starting to open their packs or Shapeshifters, you get on some bids, you get on some snipes. However low these go today, I'll be watching them into the evening hours of Friday night, and I think they could be a good investment then. Really easy trade, to be honest. Buy it, stock it on your transfer list, wait for them to go up into Monday, Tuesday, sell them then, and you should have some easy coins there, because the 82 times 20, I still think is going to be the cheapest through the version 2 with 85s and 6s. That's kind of the easy play at the moment now. And if there are any drops on team of the season cards, that's still going to be a watch too. TOTS cards are 22,000 coins again, because they didn't get supplied that much at Rivals Rewards, and people are still needing those for SBCs. We're going to have to watch those very closely today and see if EA drop any tradable TOTS packs or SBCs. But I still think that's a place to watch on the market if you're already invested. Those cards could go up. Other than that, of course, you can trade with your out-of-pack special cards. Some of the UCL winners I'm still interested in trading with here or there. Some of them did actually go up pretty good yesterday. I was worried about Maelu, and he ended up rising pretty well. So I'm not that's not a card that I want to really be invested in too much of, even though he's only a cam and a left wing. Like, that's an attacker, and I do think attackers could get hurt today in price by the Evo. So I'm taking a more cautious and careful approach with the market apart from evolution investments today on this game, and we'll see what EA surprises us with. We'll see how the pack weight is, how the content falls, and we will go from there in terms of the market. Best of luck if you're ripping packs today. I'm going to do one last little bit of a send, have a big set of player picks today for content, just because those crafting and, grinding upgrades are still there. And then we'll have some decent packs, nothing super crazy, but we'll have some decent packs as well, plus the SBCs that we can get done from the releases today on Friday for Shapeshifters, and hopefully we can pack ourselves some blue. So that's going to be the video for me today. If you're excited for this big evolution, make sure to drop a thumbs up on the video, comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new. We'll be live at the content drop today, even an hour before it, and after it for a while too, looking over the new content that drops, watching the market, and just seeing what Shapeshifters have to offer today. 9:25, the end of TOTS. We're waving goodbye. Shapeshifters, though, we're saying come on in. That's the video for me today, guys. Have a great Friday. I'll see you in the stream today. It's been TheFutAccountant. Catch you later. Peace out.